We've got 4 of us working together, so we're going to try and tie it in and make it so it's kind of got a cohesive background to it, and then we can all work in it together. So because of the ride up here with like the trees and like the mountains, we're going to replicate that. So we're going to like put these trees in here and the mountains, and then each artist can do their own thing in it and like cross collaborate. I really feel strongly that everybody's personal taste is completely different. I might not like one of the artists here, but you might really like one of the artists' work here. Because to me, it's different for everybody. What you visually get out of it is for your own enjoyment. What that artist painted might not be what you see unless you talk to that artist about it. Scott has this really long hair and he's into heavy metal and he's very like environment friendly, and so he paints these Bigfoots in his trees. So he's developed this kind of branding of himself, and I think that's what a lot of these artists are doing. They kind of brand themselves by creating their own personal style and identity so people can recognize their work. I'm known for painting DJs and hip-hop MCs and skaters. And when I started doing that, I was there wasn't really anybody painting DJs, but I like DJing, so it's kind of my thing. I want to paint something that relates to me. Doze has put political pieces in the show. What he puts into his work is like his life, everything around him, politics, like his heritage, everything in his work, and it's pretty amazing. Mr. Jago's created these crazy abstract characters, these 3D kind of monster things. Dalek paints these, what he calls space monkeys, and they're these kind of little crazy characters that he's invented. She-Ones from the UK started like graffiti in the skateboard scene in Brighton, and he just taken graffiti and his lettering and calligraphy to a totally new level. She-Ones kind of is rock star icon level now. Sam is known for like his bunnies characters and his big hands. That's his trademark, is the fact he draws his characters with these huge big hands. Kinsey's like a rad graphic designer. He's a skater, came up through the skate culture, and now he has his own gallery, and they just launched a book of their annual show that they just did. And he's just come back from Europe. He just had a show in Brussels and one in London. Shepherd is just like the wheat-paste god. Shepherd's work ethic is insane. He's a workaholic and he just lives and breathes for this. And he just doesn't stop, he doesn't sleep. I've seen him get off a plane with a bucket of wheat paste and go straight at it. A lot of his work is very sort of graphic design, and he uses like masking tape to tape off areas to get nice clean lines. And then Matsu, originally from Japan, and he's just insane, his layering and his technique that he does. It's a very flat graphic design, but yet it's got a very kind of organic feeling to it. Jesse was explaining to me how he works. He kind of works back to front to how most other artists work. We tend to work with a background and build layers on it. He kind of works from his background to the foreground, so it's really interesting to find out another artist's technique. Roke is from Berlin, and he runs one of the raddest skateboard magazines. It's called Lowdown, and he's a graphic designer, and he's got some boards over there that he's designed. Dr. Revolt is legendary. He's one of the first graph artists. That's all you can say about him. He's Dr. Revolt. He's like one of the first graph artists that started it all. And has been in museums and is still producing work to this day. Ricky Powell is, I don't know, Ricky Powell is a piece of history. Ricky has been documenting and photographing the scene since the very beginning, but he does a slideshow, and it is like a little piece of cool history because it's like the beginning of rap and all these people he's captured. And Ricky is just a great animated character. started on the street and now it's in museums pretty much means that we've created like this art forum that's acceptable and going to be more acceptable now there's more of us doing it. It ruptures so quickly and becomes so acceptable because I've been struggling with that for ages. How do people sort of view this and what do they think of it? And then all of a sudden it's like, it's everywhere and just growing and getting more and more diverse and much, much bigger.